CTV family. Catch us live on your TV screen.
It's all fun and games until you find out that you've contracted the virus. We're talking about the coronavirus disease 2019, otherwise known as COVID-19. And if you feel like you've got symptoms or anybody close to you that you know might have the symptoms, please do not hesitate to contact the number 0800 02999 okanye ungene kuWhatsApp ko 0600 123 456. We've discovered about coronavirus engine earlier on the year, which shut the entire world down. People are scared. People do not know what to expect. Businesses are shutting down. We're no longer going to school. We're practicing social distancing. And however, we need to continue and live our very best lives. But what do you do when you discover that you've contracted the virus? Well, nobody is invincible. You might be a business person. You might be a model, an actress. This case, she is a news reporter, award-winning news reporter at it. You might know her from Cape Town TV's very own Our City News, Zenele Mvana. Earlier on this year, she found out that she contracted the virus, and thankfully, she recovered from it. Welcome to the show, and congratulations. Do you say congratulations when you survive something like this?
I don't think so.
Zenele, where were you? I remember where I was when I found out there is a virus, corona. I was watching news. I'm an avid news follower. I switch on the news when they go on just to find out what's happening in the world. And to me, it was something in China. We're never gonna hear of it unless by Zelda. I thought this is and then they pass us by. But it came to South Africa. Where were you when you found out about the coronavirus?
The first time I found out about the virus, I was at the news department, right? So I remember that morning we came in and we had a diary meeting. And sorry, and one of the head of news said to us, guys, there's a new virus called COVID-19. And what we're going to do going forward, we'll be covering stories that deal with COVID-19. And she actually told us what the symptoms are and how one can actually prevent themselves from getting the virus. And from that day onwards, at the news department, we've been practicing how to be COVID-19 free. And that was the first time I actually found out about the virus in the news department.
Were you one of those people that thought, it's so far away from us, we are world apart from China, is a figure South Africa? Because I must admit, I was one of those. We are completely swine flus and stuff like that. Ebola, it's going to pass without touching us. Did you ever imagine that it was going to come to South Africa, let alone Cape Town?
Not at all, actually. I thought that maybe it's just an overseas thing. It will never come to Cape Town itself. And I remember when I had the mild symptoms, I didn't know that I had the virus. I thought maybe it's just a flu. Remember, it's winter now. It's June. It was in June when I had the symptoms. I was like, no, man, I can't be getting the virus. It's just flu. But I remember this was on a Thursday. I had, my throat was a bit itchy and I had a runny nose. And one of my colleagues said, you don't look well. Your eyes are a bit red and your throat is sore. And I thought, no, man, it's just flu. I'll get over it. And that's when I decided to get tested because I knew that I wasn't feeling well.
Was there anything that you can attribute yourself doing when you contracted a virus? Were you not practicing social distancing? Were you touching yourself all over ebusweni time and time again? Were you being with space sabantu abaninzi when we were told not to be part of abantu abaninzi and practice social distancing? Do you remember izinto ozenza that could attribute to you contracting the virus?
The funny thing is that I was actually practicing social distancing, and all the time I would sanitize my hands. I remember this one time I was with my colleague who's a camera operator, went to cover a story in one of the townships. And I remember we actually sanitized our hands and sanitized the entire equipment. So I don't remember where I actually got the virus because all the time we would practice social distancing, we would sanitize our hands, wear our mask. So we actually don't know where you get the virus.
Now you say, wabane symptoms, your eyes were itchy, your throat was horrible, and your colleague advised you by, hey, you could have this virus. Then you found out that indeed you are positive. How did that hit you?
Oh, that day I cried. I cried, I really cried. I remember getting the SMS from the Department of Health stating that I've tested positive. I really cried because I thought that at first I thought I would never cry if I test positive. But once I saw that SMS, I knew that okay, this is it. Now I have to do something about it.
Because what's going on in your head? Why are you crying?
First thing I thought was okay, I'm gonna die. That's the first thing that came to my head. I'm going to die. Then I reminded myself, this is not just a physical battle, it's a mental battle and a spiritual one as well. You have to tell yourself that, okay, I will fight this and I will get through it. So you have to actually instill it in your head that you will get over it, and you will.
Do you think that people have a stigma against abantu that test positive COVID-19? If so, these stigmas as in Jani, what did you suffer at the hand of abantu that you exposed yourself with status coronavirus? You said, I am positive, and how did they react?
I remember when I told my parents and my friends that I have tested positive for COVID-19, I received an enormous amount of support.
Yeah.
They would tell me, you will get through this, drink that, make sure that you stay in bed all the time. And what my mom would do every morning, she would knock on my door and bring me maybe a bowl of hot water with porridge. She would encourage me, listen, you've tested positive, relax, take it slowly. I'll support you through step 1 till step 10 if there's step 10. You will get through this. So, but I would advise other people who test positive, support each other. You need that support once you're in that space, because mentally it can break you, physically as well. So you do need support from your loved ones.
Now you step out of the house because we're really 14 days and you've recovered. Well, people that from the outside that found out, but Zenele was coronavirus positive. What happened?
Some people still come up to me and say, girl, you know that the virus doesn't go away. And I tell them, guys, I have recovered. Actually, once you recovered, you can feel it as well in your body. I no longer have the back aches, no longer have the headaches. And I always tell people, guys, this virus is real. We don't have time to play. One needs to take care of themselves.
Didn't anything change from your colleagues, Zako? How was ingesting yourself back to work? Wafika kwanjani the first day coming back to work? Were there eyes? Did you hear whispers? Anything?
Actually, they were pleased to actually see me that I have recovered. For me, I have not experienced any stigma regards to COVID-19. I've received immense support from my colleagues as well, so I wouldn't say that there were eyes in any other way.
Yeah. Now, people would be scared with your tester because they do not want to find out that they are positive because abazuyazi bazithini outcomes.
That's true.
Do you have any advice for abantu abanjalo that I do not want to know? This is a simple flu. It's going to go away on its own.
So I would advise, firstly, if you have the symptoms and you're scared to get tested, point number 1, make sure that you buy Vicks and you rub your chest and your back with it. Make sure that you steam with eucalyptus oil, mix it with boiled water and Vicks. Make sure that you quarantine for 14 days. With this virus, you have to make sure that you act as if you already have it, even though you don't have it. So if you have the symptoms, make sure that you quarantine. Just because you're scared, just make sure that you quarantine.
Of course. Now, what precautions are you taking? Because kuthiwa kwabanye abantu that have recovered, but baphinda babayifumana. So it's people are not too sure whether once you get it, you're not gonna get it again. Are you practicing your social distancing? Are you as much as careful as you were before? Because I once had it, it's not gonna hit me twice.
I'm very careful this time around. I make sure that I practice social distancing. Not saying that I wasn't the last time, but this time I make sure that I actually am practicing it. I sanitize my hands on a regular basis, and I make sure that I wear my face mask all the time.
People are much curious in finding out about how is the testing process, because and maybe that's what petrifies people the most is the testing itself, something so hideous and scary.
Well, I'm not going to lie to you, Llama. That process is very painful. It is very painful. I'm not going to lie. It's really painful. But you just have to bear with the pain for about 30 seconds.
Sure.
But it is painful. I would advise someone to really do get tested, guys. This virus is real.
Cool stuff. Yambona ke uziphilele usisi wakho unxiba imask sanitizer and practicing social distancing and following regulations zezibekwe ngu-government. And she looks pretty as as she was before and after. So before and after now. To catch more of Zenele Mvana, you can watch Our City News every weekday right here on Cape Town TV. Go Our City between 1 and 1:30. Otherwise, Bakona Nasepsuko between 6 and 6:30. Such an inspiration, such positivity, and we love hearing feel-good stories, especially when people do recover. Congratulations. And please make sure that you do not contact it again.
I'll make sure. Thank
0800 029 is the number to dial to find out more about the virus. Or can you buy invite to WhatsApp go 0600123456. Zenele Mvana, ladies and gentlemen, a victim and a survivor of the COVID-19 virus. If she beat it, you can too.
CTV family, catch us live on your TV screens.